In this episode, we're going to do a supersized mailbag because I have got lots of things in of different aspects for the model railroad, and we got a lot to cover. So let's get inside. Howdy train fans, welcome back to the Chattanooga Southern Railroad. So this is going to be a super sized mailbag, and it's so big that I'm actually going to break it down into different categories, like vehicles and scenery and technology and all that kind of stuff. So this one will be spaced out with my normal sliders announcing the different categories. So let's go ahead and dive on in and see what we got. All right, let's start with the technology side of this equation. So a couple little things that have come in. I picked up via Amazon a couple of these Eve model miniature LEDs. I think these are the, what do they call them? The 604s, I think, size-wise. But I got them in both bright white and warm white because I'm getting really close to starting to build some structures. I also wanted to, got a couple of locomotives I may want to upgrade lighting for as I do DCC projects. So I picked those up. So regarding decals, I've got a number of decals in on the last few postal trucks, and one is this set of maintenance away vehicles. So I have a Bachmann speeder set. It doesn't have any markings on it, so I'm going to mark it for the Southern Railway, and I can use these for a couple of the other vehicles that I've got running in and around the layout. The second set is I bought a set of from the Tichy train group for the flat cars. So I have two flat cars that are jet black, that also Eve model cars that I picked up off of Amazon. I did a review of those, so go back and watch those. But I need to decal those because they're undecorated, and I'm going to be decorating those specifically for my maintenance away train to go along with that 200-ton Southern Railway steam crane. So looking forward to getting those decaled. The last decal set, if you remember, I had bought an undecorated NW2 from Walthers, which was the black and yellow one, which is going to be my true Chattanooga Southern locomotive. And I've always been enamored with the way the numberings were done on the B&N Burlington Northern locomotives, where they put the big numbers on the side of the locomotive as opposed to their logo. So I'm going to do that on my Chattanooga Southern Railroad locomotives when I have them. And I went and picked up these large scale, I think these are 1/2 inch decals, and so I'm going to be putting the numbers on the side of the locomotive like that, up near the nose, for that locomotive. And I've been hemming and hawing about what number to put on that, and I think I've got it now, and that'll be for another video. Okay, so on the scenery front, so I have a number of things that I've picked up. These are range from actual scenic stuff to details that I have picked up that I'm going to be using on the layout. So the first one is, if you remember one of my previous mailbags, I bought a Bachmann greenhouse that I was going to put on the layout in South Chattanooga to be kind of part of an homage to my late father-in-law. One of his things was that he was an avid hosta hybridizer, and got to learn a lot about hostas that I didn't know. I just thought they were big green leafy plants, and they aren't. So I just happened to come across this pack of 8 hostas on eBay, and decided to run out and grab those. So they'll be going in that greenhouse specifically that I'm building for in memory of him. In addition to that, I picked up off of eBay a crane, and I'm going to pull this out of here. And this was, I saw this, and I don't know how well it's going to show up on screen, but through the plastic bag, but it's a very stout gantry crane. The reason got this was to put on the loading dock for the cannery over at the back of the head's yard, because they're going to be pulling in coils of steel, which, as you can imagine, are quite heavy. Don't know whether this is prototypical of the right size of crane. I may have to get something bigger, the more research I do, but this one was already weathered and everything. So, and I like the detail in it. So that's what I did. I bought that for that purpose. In addition to that, can't remember whether I showed these or not, but I also picked up a package of these blue flags from Walthers. I had started to try to figure out how to make some of my own. Came across Paul B's tutorial on it, and some other folks on YouTube, but I thought I would give these a try. There is a plethora of them in here. I can't remember exactly how many are included in this. 50 different ones, 5 different possible styles, for a total of 18 possible assemblies. So I think that more than covers my layout, but I do need some blue flags in certain spots because of tank cars and also engine servicing facilities. So glad to have those. Also found, I didn't purchase this, but I found it dropped off back in my crawl space here. It apparently fell out of the box, but I actually have a crossing gate signal. This is from NJ International. Don't know if you can see it in there, but I'm definitely going to be using that on the layout because I'm going to need a few crossing signals. As you know, I've got a scrapyard here, and so I picked up this woodland scenic details assorted junk piles. So I finally have my first piles of junk for that layout, or for that industry. So I'll be, I'm really looking forward to doing that scrapyard. I'm not quite sure why, but I really want to do that one up like really well. So I'll be spending a lot of time on that one. And this is a good start to get that one going. Couple of the things that I have been thinking about as of late is, details along the trackage, because tracks are, part of the model in addition to the cars and the locomotives and the buildings and all that other stuff. And so I've been thinking about details that I want to have along my right-of-way. So couple of things that I've picked up is, since I do have some mainline turnouts, I've picked up these Detail West switch machines. I picked up a number of them, enough to do my entire main line along the right away. So I'm going to be installing those along the trackage when the time comes. I've also picked up these Detail West ground throws. They're non-operating, but I wanted something that looked right scale. I know Caboose Industries makes some. I'm using automated turnouts with MP3 switch machines, so I don't need an operating one, and I wanted something that looked much more realistic. So I bought enough of these for all my yard turnouts and some of my industries. In addition to that, if you've ever walked the right-of-way or watched video of the right-of-way, 2 things that you will definitely see along that right-of-way are, one would be a dragging equipment detector. So I picked up one of those from Details West, so I'll be installing that at some point somewhere along the layout. I didn't think I needed more than one, so I only have the one. We'll see. Haha. And then the other one is a hotbox detector. So I picked up one of those as well. So we'll have one hotbox detector, and we'll have one dragging equipment detector. So there you go. So let's talk about vehicles, and I don't mean like rail cars kind of vehicles. I'm talking about roadway and other types of transportation vehicles. So first one I wanted to bring up, and I don't know if I showed this one to you guys already, but I picked up this material handler from, I think it's, who is this? This is GHQ. I think I got this off of eBay. It's been a little while I've had this one. Just saw it sitting behind the layout there. But this is going to be for my lumber yard, the pulpwood track over there. In addition to that, for those of you that are familiar with the Chattanooga area, you know that to the east of Chattanooga is, I think it's Love Field. That's the airport, the international airport there. And so for that, I thought, why not get an airplane to kind of suspend from my overhead lighting valance? So I'm going to be putting that airplane together and painting it up, and I'll have it, suspended somehow, probably from some very fine fishing line or something like that. And I'm even going to see if I can't maybe put some LED lights that can flash in it. So that's a neat little project. I didn't even know Athearn made these. So I'd seen them on some of their flat cars before, but I had to get one of these. In addition to that, I think I mentioned in my update video that I'm going to have a gas station there in South Chattanooga. So what gas station is complete without a tow truck? So I picked up this tow truck, nice white. This is going to be really fun. I'm going to dirty the heck out of this thing, rust it up and whatnot. Probably once I figure out what the gas station name is, I may put that on the side, come up with something cute like Squiggies or something like that. Another vehicle that I picked up is a town of South Chattanooga has to have a police car, right? So I found this Mini Metals car. This is the, what is this? This is a 1978 Chevy Impala police car. The hood pops up on it. And it looked really good. So I'll be doing some weathering, a little bit of light weathering to that, and it'll be running around South Chattanooga. One other one, and I had it up on the layout, you might have caught it in the update video, is, every town, in addition to a police car's got to have a taxi. So this is also a Chevy Impala, same vintage as the police car, but this is a taxi cab. So, and it also has a liftable hood like that. I found that on eBay as well. This one's used since it didn't come with the packaging. It's quite a bit cheaper because of that, but now I have a taxi for my South Chattanooga area. Last but not least, the DuPont plant has to have some trucks coming in and out, and you probably saw this in the update video, but I found this on eBay. Somebody had built, it's basically a red snub nose tractor trailer, and then of course the trailer, somebody had taken a plain silver 53-foot trailer and put some DuPont logos on it. Not the best of work, but I think I can clean it up a little bit to make it really fit my layout. So those are the vehicles. All right, so let's talk about train cars. So I have 1, 2, 3 new ones that I have gotten, and these are all very specific purposes here. So first and foremost, I mentioned the maintenance away train. I have the engine that's going to pull that. I have it's going to be dedicated to that. It's a MP15 switcher, along with the 2 Eve model black flat cars, which I showed you the decals earlier, 4 that I'm going to do those on, and then I've got the 200-ton crane. In addition to that, most maintenance away trains came with a box car to store things. So while I was poking around on eBay, I came across this one, which was perfectly weathered and lettered for a maintenance away train. So Southern's trains all started with this 900 series, or I shouldn't say 900 series, I should say 90,000 series of numbers. So this one came weathered. The weathering is not, it's good, but it's not great. I'll probably do some black panel liner on it and clean it up. But this is going to be my dedicated maintenance away box car for that maintenance away train. So excited about that. The next one I have, so I mentioned that the cannery is going to be receiving coils of steel, right? And I do have a coil car that I won as part of Tim Garland's, I guess it was his 10,000 subscriber challenge. So I have one coil car for the layout. But I wanted one for Southern. So I went out and found this one that's done by Red Caboose Industries. So I now have two coil cars that I can use to interchange coming in and out of that cannery there at the backside of the head yard. The other thing I've noticed too is I've been watching a lot of videos, and there's one guy that's doing a lot of them that has a lot of the around the Southern Railway back in the late 80s, I want to say 85 and beyond. And he's always taken the video from right there in the Citgo yard. So get to see a lot of the types of cars that go by and all that stuff. And I got a lot of Southern Railway cars. So I need to be branching out into others. So, you know, you'll notice if you go back and watch some of my other videos that the mailboxes that I'm picking up things like L&N cars, the L&N Interchange, Norfolk and Western cars. I've even got a couple B&Os and C&Os and Central Georgia, those kind of things. But one train car that was really prominent in those early videos that I was watching were these J.M. Huber tank cars. And so I thought I would pick up one for the layout. And I was really intrigued by how these were getting weathered, running on the layout. So running on the railroad. So some of them you would see be kind of clean like this. And then some of them would just be flat out, look like they got driven through a mud pile. So I haven't quite decided how I'm going to weather this one, but it's a good one for the layout. So this last category is the mystery category, and I'm kind of obscuring this for a reason. So one of the things I've been doing in my spare time is I get 5 or 10 minutes here or there. I have been coming down and inventorying all my rolling stock and locomotives, right? Finally got the locomotives all inputted into a spreadsheet that I built specifically for the Chattanooga Southern Railroad. And that's also going to serve as my cheat sheet when I go to train shows, so I don't duplicate either locomotives or rolling stock, because I have done that in the past too. So, but the recent acquisition is in the locomotive category. And yes, I have way too many locomotives. If you saw the update video recently, you saw that I have an entire shelf on the other side of the layout here that is nothing but locomotives. I counted up 89 total. I had to have another one. So what I found was another Scale Trains EMD SD45. And this one has the sound and DCC on board. Early 80s style, which is late 70s, early 80s style, which is perfect for my layout. So now I have 3 of these in the Scale Train. So one of them doesn't have sound or a DCC in it, which I'm going to be doing a conversion video at some point if I get around to it. But this ends up being my 90th locomotive, and I'm excited to have that. I haven't pulled it out of the box and tested it. It literally just arrived before I started this video. But one of the things that I definitely need to do is I'm going to have to thin my herd. I've got 90 locomotives is just too much. I do have a plethora of steam and whatnot, but I'm going to have to definitely thin some herd. And I'll give you guys an indication because I'll probably put them all up on eBay. And there's some older blue box Atherns in the Southern that have been Bev Bells, things like that. Some of the Proto 2000s that would be a chore to convert, things like that. So anyway, that's the new locomotive. I'm as soon as I get done with this video, I'm throwing that up on the layout. So and running that along with my other one that's up there. So well, there you have it, the super mailbag this time. And I hope that didn't bore you too much. Maybe you saw something in there you're like, ooh, I wouldn't mind having one of those, or that's a great idea, or whatever. But getting really excited. I'm getting closer and closer to being able to start some scenery and things like that. And like I think I've mentioned before, I'm definitely going to have everything, I'd say probably 80-90% of what I need to scenic this layout when the time comes. So summertime is always a very busy time of the year, so it's hard to get down here and work on the layout between yard work and adventures and vacations and trips that I have to make during the summertime. But I'm trying to get down here as much as I can. Come fall, that's going to change a lot. The colder weather sets in, and we all tend to hibernate down in our layout areas. So with that, I'm going to sign off here. Hope you're enjoying your model trains, and we're going to see you all on down the tracks. Bye. Hey there, did you like that video? Well, check out some of these others on the screen. Don't worry, I'll wait. Enjoy.